Hey everybody, welcome back. Dr. Martin Williams here, the Dreamkeeper. I don't know if you checked out the last episode, but I'm telling you, go watch the last episode, which dealt with the plan that the World Economic Forum said we would be in just 5 years. It's very important that you understand what's happening around you, but I don't want to leave you powerless. So today, I want to deal with this fact. There's a fact that there's a creator. There's a fact that there's something amazing that's been created for us. We need to take advantage of this. Am I triggering you? I don't necessarily want to trigger you, but if that's what it takes, if this is a clavicle massage where you're getting slapped in the face and saying, hey, I better wake up. I better understand. I love my family. I want to leave something. Then you need to take action. We can't sit around anymore. We can't. So I want to talk about this idea of if, and I'll just go straight for it. I want to talk about this idea of heaven's blueprint for wealth, heaven's blueprint for wealth wrapped around the idea of a commonwealth, because wealth is really something creator wants us all to have. Call him God, call him whatever you want. There's only one power. So this is about God and his marketplace. This is about the commonwealth. This is about the idea that faith is not separate from your finances. Faith is not separate from your finances. Faith is not separate from your future. Faith is not separated from everything that you want to build. Why? Because faith simply is what you believe. What do you believe? Do you believe you'll have nothing in 5 years, or do you believe you'll be a billionaire? Okay. Do you believe your family's going to do amazing in the next 100 years? Or do you believe they're going to go downhill? What do you believe? That's faith. Faith is what you believe, what you take for granted, what is in the forefront and the back of your mind. It is the foundation for everything you're going to do, right? And believe it or not, Creator has a marketplace. The marketplace is one of the main places God wants to rule through his people, me and you. Creator wants us to be together in an ecosystem where we rule from, where we live from, where we do the amazing things from. That's the original idea. So let's dive in. If the last one just scared the living daylights out of you, I gave you a lot of things to do after that one, but let's talk about this blueprint that has been set up for us by Creator. The idea that faith, listen to me, the simple idea that faith and finances don't mix. What you believe is the money you have. The money you have is a picture of what you believe. The connections of other people who have money, who have wealth, who have great families, that connection that you have is built by what you believe. Right? So we have to change our belief system so we can have something different. I cannot have something I don't believe I can have. Whatever I believe I can have, I have. That's why I want to be around people who believe bigger than me, about what they can have, because they help me build my own. Right? This commonwealth, this idea of government, this idea of the kingdom, this idea of what Creator has put together for me is enormous. It's something that rests on his shoulders. It's something that's got to happen because it's predicted. So heaven has a blueprint for earth's wealth. Okay, so let's get into this. What do I mean by heaven has a blueprint? Number one, God is the original economist. He's the first economist. He's the only economist. He's the bedrock of an ecosystem. Well, I don't believe in God. Yeah, you do. You believe in one of them. And even if you don't believe in God, you believe in something, even if that's you. You have a supreme being in your life. You have something. And in his particular economic system, And I have a whole nother program. If you don't know about it, Kingmakers. I have a whole nother program where I teach people how to live through this. In his system, he wanted you to be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth. He wanted you to subdue it, have dominion. That's not religion, folks. That has nothing to do with going to heaven. That has nothing to do with worshiping a God that wants you broke. That's strategy, folks. That is strategy that we all come around in what I call the Commonwealth. God is the original economist. God's first instructions to humanity were economic. They were about producing something. They were about expanding something. They were about managing something. They were about having dominion over something. Those were his first instructions to us. That's what he wants in the Commonwealth. There's even more things, and I'm giving you this. I read a lot of books. I read a lot of religious books. I read them all. The most important lessons on earth come from these books, but they're not religious. They're instructional. They show you how to be healthy, how to build wealth, how to build a family. That's what it's about. Not about going to heaven, not about separating ourselves in all these different religious sects. It's about using the principles to build something. There are principles, there are processes, there are promises, there are proclamations. All of that is in this great book, my favorite book. So in Deuteronomy, it says this, it is he who gives you the power to get wealth. He's not suggesting that you become wealthy. It's a mandate. That's why I have the program that I help people become rich, respond if called to help. It's a part of why we are here. You've got to pay attention to the reasons that you're here and that there's a blueprint for your wealth. There is a not just a calling, but there's a way to get there. Martin, you keep talking about 2030. You keep talking about what's been predicted and the systems that are being put in place to keep us where we are. Yes, I do. But those principles, those people are not half as important as what I'm telling you today. I'm showing you how. I'm showing you and telling you that there is creator. There's a foundation for what I'm saying. Point number 2 that I want to make sure you understand. Faith without a marketplace plan is incomplete. Yes. If I believe something and I don't have a marketplace plan, I don't have a financial plan, I don't have a business plan, I don't have a personal plan. Well, Martin, I'm not an entrepreneur. Okay. You don't have to be an entrepreneur, but are you an entrepreneur? Do you work? Do you have a job? Are you in a corporation? How do you scale that ladder in your corporation? It's very important. You can't just sit and let things happen to you. You have to be proactive in what you're building. Communicate with me on this particular channel. Subscribe to it.